The Tacoma Rainiers and the Portland Beavers, game one of a four-game series. That'll do it for the Rainiers pregame show. We're ready for the start of today's ball game, coming up right after this.
The Tacoma Rainiers pregame show.
Yeah.
Now to Mike Curto for the broadcast.
And welcome once again to Tacoma Rainiers baseball on Fox Sports 850. We are ready for the start of tonight's ball game. Hunter Brown digging into the batter's box, and he is getting ready to face Tim Stopper, the Beavers starting pitcher, into his windup. And the first pitch of the game is taken at the knees for a strike, and we are underway. The Rainiers have won 4 in a row. Portland has lost 4 of their last 5. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Brown. Swung on it, grounded between short and third, past Manny Alexander, and into left field. A base hit for Hunter Brown to open up the ball game. So Hunter Brown is aboard, and Brown has hit safely in his last 7 games, and he is on here to open up this one. Well, we said it during the pregame show, but the Rainiers hitters should be very used to Tim Stopper, just as Portland's hitters should be quite accustomed to the pitching stylings of Bobby Livingston. 4th time this year that these two starters have started against the opponent today. Pitch to Chris Snelling, taken for a strike on the outside corner, strike 1. Snelling batting .215 with 4 homers and 37 runs batted in. Stopper, 3 starts against Tacoma, and you can summarize it pretty easily. Here's the 0-1 to Snelling, swing and a miss, strike 2. Stopper, his 3 starts against Tacoma, has had 1 good and 2 bad. And the 1 good start was very good. That was at Cheney Stadium on July 7th. 7 innings, 1 run allowed. The other 2 starts, the Rainiers knocked him around. 0-2 pitch to Snelling, swing and a foul back, and it is still 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes to Chris Snelling, batting in the number 2 slot. TJ Bond is on deck for the Rainiers. Rainiers wearing their road gray uniforms with the Tacoma in block letters across the front of the jerseys. Brown leading from first base. Stopper's 0-2 to Snelling, swung on and fouled into the seats on the third base side. And it is still no balls and 2 strikes. Beavers wearing their black jerseys with the orange numbering and white pants. Stopper with the black shoes and the black socks pulled up all the way to his knees almost. Now the 0-2, no, move to first instead, and Brown is back in standing up. Tim Stopper working with catcher George Kataris, one of the top catching prospects in baseball today. He flashes the signs, and now Stopper is set, and the 0-2 pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 3, a late cut by Snelling, and he is struck out, and 1 man is gone here at the top of the first inning. So Snelling, who has been struggling of late, Hayes here, and now TJ Bond will be the batter. Bond hitting .269 with 7 homers and 35 runs batted in. Bond takes his time settling in now. Holding Brown on at first is John Knott, and the pitch to Bond is across the belt for a strike. The Portland second baseman is the veteran Bobby Hill, and even more veteran is the shortstop Manny Alexander. Paul McAnulty is at third, and the outfield Custin left, Sledge in center, and Luke Allen in right. Bond swings at the next pitch and hits it foul into the seats on the first base side. And Bond is in a hole, no balls, 2 strikes. So Stopper has come out throwing strikes here, which he generally does. He's not a pitcher who issues a lot of walks. 0-2 pitch is inside to Bond, 1-2. Stopper was the Portland Beavers opening day starter this year, and he's been in the rotation for essentially the entire season. This is his 24th appearance. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. K's Bond with an off-speed pitch, and Stopper with back-to-back strikeouts of Snelling and Bond. 2 men are gone, and now Brian LaHare will be the batter. LaHare is batting .315 after his 4-hit game on Wednesday. Brian LaHare really enjoyed his trip to Omaha. He went 10 for 19 in the Omaha series. Hit a couple of homers there. LaHare has 5 homers and 34 runs batted in this season. Here's the pitch, and it is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. LaHare steps outside for a moment. Now he's back in the batter's box. Move to first base, and back in is Brown. Now Brown takes his lead once again. Hunter with 10 steals this year. Now the 1-0 pitch is high for a ball to LaHare. 2 balls, no strikes. LaHare with just about 5 games left with the right ears. He believes he's going to play in the home game on Tuesday before he goes off to join Team USA. 2-0 pitch in for a strike, 2-1. LaHare will join a Team USA club that is, the roster is still being put together, but some of the names reportedly on that team include Billy Butler, AA star for the Royals, and Brandon Wood, a top power-hitting prospect with the Angels AA club. That team's going to go to Cuba to try to qualify for the 2008 Olympics. 2-1 pitch to LaHare, swung on and hit in the air to left field and hit deep. Back on the ball is Cust at the track, at the wall. It is gone. Brian LaHare with an opposite field 2-run homer, and the right ears lead it 2-0. So LaHare with his 3rd homer in the last 5 days, and he circles the bases, and the right ears are off to an early lead here tonight. Opposite field homer for Brian LaHare. And Stopper has served up 17 homers this year. And the right ears jump out to the early lead. The 99th home run hit by the right ears this season. So LaHare continues his tear. Here's Mike Morse, and the pitch to Morse is low and away, ball 1. Next offering, swing and a miss, and that evens up the count, 1-1. Morse hitting .238, 4 homers, 29 runs batted in. He had 2 hits on Wednesday. Just getting back in the swing of things after missing about a month. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball in at the knees. Morse thought it might be low, but it was called a strike. 1-2. No, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch is nubbed on the first base side. Off the mound to pick it up is Stopper, and he throws to first to get Morse, ending the top of the first inning. 2-run score for the right ears on 2 hits. There were no errors and no one left. We go to the bottom of the first. Tacoma 2, Portland coming to the plate.
What if there were no...
While we go to the bottom of the first inning here at Portland, the right ears getting 2 in the top of the first inning on the Brian LaHare opposite field 2-run homer that came with 2 outs in the inning. So staked out to an early lead is left-hander Bobby Livingston, and Livingston just finishing up his warm-up pitches now. That's not Bobby Livingston on the mound. We have a different starting pitcher here for the right ears. Justin Heisman on the mound for the right ears. So Livingston does not make the start today. Justin Heisman is on the hill instead of Livingston. And Livingston may be held out of this game for reasons one can determine by looking at the Mariners' score, as Heisman's first pitch to Manny Alexander is taken for a strike. Heisman with his next offering, and it's outside for a ball, and that evens up the count, 1-1. The Mariners today allowed 7 runs in the first inning and 3 more in the second, and Gil Mesh pitched only 1 inning, and they're going to have a severe pitching shortage in Texas tomorrow. So here's a pitch outside now to Alexander. So logic would seem to dictate that the Mariners are going to need help, and they're going to need help immediately, and Livingston might be the guy. Here's a swing and a foul back by Manny Alexander, 2-2. The right ears only have a couple of pitchers who are on the 40-man roster, and Livingston is one of them, and he's a guy who could eat up some innings. Next pitch, swing and a foul back by Alexander into the seats, and the count is 2-2. So Heisman is going to get some a chance to work some innings here today. And for Justin Heisman, a start is something that he is not used to doing. Next pitch outside for a ball. And the count goes full, 3-2. The Rainiers are not going to have a problem with this at all. They have 9 relief pitchers on the roster right now. So they should be able to handle a situation like this. Next pitch is fouled back and out of play. And the count remains full, 3-2. If there's ever a day when your starting pitcher is going to get held out of the game by the big league club, today is the day for it. The Raiders can handle this. Next pitch outside, ball 4, and Manny Alexander draws a walk, so he will head down to first base. Alexander is aboard. And now Heisman will face Termel Sledge. Justin Heisman made 1 start last year for Omaha. And prior to that, he had not made a start since he pitched for the Portland Ball Club when they were the Rockies affiliate in the short season Northwest League in the year 2000. His pitch to Sledge is outside for a ball, 1-0. Well, we'll see how Heisman handles being pressed into duty here today. 1-0 with a 4.20 ERA for Tacoma, and that's in just 15 innings. Heisman with a 1-0 pitch on the way to Sledge, and this is out on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. So Livingston does not start today, and in all likelihood, it's good news for Livingston, as he is probably going to join the Mariners after the Mariners' Gil Nesh was knocked out after 1 inning of work today. 1-1 pitch is swung on in line towards left field. Here comes Nelson. He has to field it on a hop, and Termel Sledge with a line drive single to left. Alexander moves up to second and stops there. And there are 2 on with nobody out, and Paul McAnulty will be the batter. Heisman is well rested. He has not pitched in 9 days. He last saw action on August 2nd in Iowa, and the only reason for the long layover is the fact that the Raiders have 9 relievers. Heisman in that last outing went 3 innings at Iowa against the Iowa Cubs. Allowed only 1 run in that game. Pitched well in that game. Oh, he's in a jam here in the first. Now Paul McAnulty is the hitter. McAnulty stands in, and the pitch is a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Heisman does not throw hard. He comes with a variety of off-speed pitches and has good sink. And he tries to get ground ball outs. In 15 innings for the Raiders, he has recorded 15 strikeouts while walking 8. 0-1 pitch to McAnulty is down and in for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. McAnulty batting .315, 10th highest batting average in the league with 16 homers. Got to look out for the home run ball when you're facing the Portland Beavers. They are second in the league in hitting homers, 137 homers. So 1 ball, 1 strike to McAnulty, who steps out for a moment. Now McAnulty back in there. Heisman is set, and the pitch is a breaking ball down low, 2-1. Heisman working with catcher Jeff Clement. The Raiders have LaHare at first, Brown at second, Navarro at short, and Morse at third base. In the outfield, John Nelson is in left, T.J. Bond in center, and Chris Snelling in right field. 2 balls, 1 strike to McAnulty, and the next pitch is over for a strike, and that evens things up, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. Rainiers leading 2-0. And now the 2-2 to McAnulty is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Heisman got him with a breaking ball in on his hand. I think that was a slider there from Heisman. And he Ks McAnulty. So 1 man is gone at the bottom of the first inning. Heisman gets the K, and now John Knott will be the batter. Well, Knott tied for the league lead in homers. He's hit 25. He's tied with Scott McLean of Sacramento. And Knott leads the league in runs batted in with 94. He's hitting 270. And John Knott and Justin Heisman, both out of Mississippi, the college. Now the pitch to Knott is taken for a strike, 0-1. Actually, Knott is out of Mississippi State, and Heisman out of Mississippi. My bad. 0-1 pitch outside to Knott, 1-1. Justin Heisman, originally drafted by the Rockies in the year 2000, a 15th rounder. 1-1 pitch on the way to John Knott is swung on and lined into left center field, and that's going to be a base hit, and Moore splits the gap and goes all the way to the wall. Alexander scores. Sledge is being waved in. He is going to score as well. A double and 2 runs batted in for John Knott, and we're all tied up. It is 2-2. So John Knott doubles in a pair of runs, and just like that, we're tied up 2-2. And now Jack Cust will be the batter. So the Beavers immediately tie up the game, just 4 batters into the bottom of the first inning. And there's only 1 out here. And now Jack Cust will be the hitter. Cust batting .292 with 23 homers and 62 runs batted in. Heisman's pitch is taken down low for a ball, 1-0. Now the 1-0 pitch from Heisman, low, 2 balls, no strikes. Heisman originally drafted by the Rockies in the year 2000. At that time, the Rockies' short season Northwest League team was the Portland Rockies. They played in this ballpark when it was Civic Stadium before it was remodeled. In fact, the remodeling was going on somewhat during that season. 2-0 pitches outside to Cust, 3-0. And Heisman made 3 starts in the Northwest League, but mostly pitched out of the bullpen, had great success. And the next year he went to the South Atlantic League, where he became a closer. And he had 30 saves for Asheville in 2001. And then Heisman in the Carolina League in 2002 had 20 saves. And 26 saves for AA Tulsa in 03. And had an ERA in the 1s. 3-0 pitch to Cust is outside, ball 4, and he walks, and that's what he does. His 117th walk of the year. He leads all of pro baseball in that category. 2 on, 1 out for Justin Leone. Leone hitting .282 with 18 homers and 64 runs batted in. Heisman has a bit of major league time. He was traded from the Rockies to the Royals in 04. And joined the Omaha Royals to start 04 and got called up to Kansas City that year. So he throws a strike into Leone, 0-1. And Heisman pitched in 14 games in relief for Kansas City in 2004. Last year spent the whole year with Omaha, and then this year has spent time with 3 different AAA clubs. Now the 0-1 pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1-1 the count to Leone. 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. A 2-2 tie. It has turned into a bullpen day for the Rainiers. We're going to see all kinds of relief pitchers used today. 1-1 pitch, swing and a foul back to the screen, and there's strike 2. So Heisman gets ahead of Leone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. long look in for the signs from Clement. Not the runner at second and cuts the runner at first. And Heisman is ready. The 1-2 pitch to Leone is a breaking ball low, and the count is now even 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leone, the 6th Portland Beaver to come to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning. And Heisman with a 2-2 pitch, and it is outside, ball 3. So the count goes full, 3-2. See if Portland manager Craig Colbert puts his runners in motion here. He does not have a lot of speed on the base paths. That was an understatement. Knott is at second and Cust at first. Got his sluggers on the base path. 3-2 to Leone is inside, ball 4, and he draws a walk, and that's going to load him up for Kotaris. So Knott heads to third. Cust takes second. Leone is on at first. There is still only 1 out in the bottom of the first inning, and now George Kotaris will be the batter. And here comes Dwight Bernard, the Tacoma pitching coach, out to talk to Heisman and try to get him straightened out a little bit here. Heisman has walked 3 of the first 6 batters to come to the plate in the game. And Heisman pressed into duty late today, no question about it. And he hasn't pitched in 9 days. He's probably lost a little bit of feel out there on the hill. And he's being asked to regain it in a hurry. George Kotaris, the Portland catcher, one of the top catching prospects in minor league baseball. He's appeared in 16 games for Portland, batting .276 with 2 homers. He was promoted from AA, where he started the year. He takes the first pitch low and outside, ball 1. He's a left-handed hitter. He's Canadian, but is of Greek descent and played in the Athens Olympics for the Greek team. The 1-0 pitch is outside to Kotaris. 2 balls, no strikes. Oh, he's out ahead in the count now, 2-0. Knott at third, Cust at second, and Leone at first. Heisman's 2-0 pitch swung on, double play, grounded to second. Brown to Navarro for 1. He leaps over the runner, throws to first too late. Beating it out is Kotaris. Knott scores from third, and it's 3-0. The runner at first, Leone, slid hard into second base, and Navarro couldn't get the throw off. He jumped over Leone, regained his balance, and then threw to first, and thus was not able to turn the double play. 4-6 on the forced out at second base. Give Kotaris an RBI. Runners are at the corners. Portland now leads at 3-2, and here's the veteran Luke Allen. Allen in just his 17th game for Portland, hitting .262 with a couple of homers. Left-hand hitter. He's been with many Pacific Coast League teams over the years. And Heisman's pitch is taken down low for a ball, 1-0. Allen was playing for Pawtucket, the Red Sox AAA club, and was traded to the Padres AAA team in late July. 1-0 pitch outside for a ball to Allen, 2-0. Allen's typically a .300 hitter with a lot of singles and doubles. Very strong outfield arm. Heisman's 2-0 pitch swung on and hit right back to the mound on 1 hop. Heisman fields it and throws to first for the out, and the inning is over. But Portland scores 3 runs at the bottom of the first inning, and they do it with 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on. We go to the second inning. It's Portland 3, Tacoma 2.
Having just walked through the doors of Sport Co.
It's 3-2 after 1 inning of play. The Portland Beavers with the lead over the Tacoma Rainiers. The Rainiers starting pitcher Bobby Livingston scratched right before the first pitch today, and Justin Heisman starting instead. A sudden bullpen day for the Raiders. We assume that is because of what's happening in Texas tonight. Mariners starter Gil Mesh going only 1 inning, and the Mariners trailing Texas 13-7 in the 5th inning. First pitch to Jeff Clement leading off the second inning, and he promptly grounds a single between first and second and into right field. A lead-off single for Jeff Clement to open up the second. Hit the first pitch he saw from Tim Stauffer on the ground, and on the AstroTurf here at PGE Park, that just shoots right through and into right field, a base hit. Now John Nelson will be the batter. Nelson hitting .302 with 5 homers and 27 runs batted in. Stauffer, the right-hander out of Richmond, with the pitch, and it's an off-speed pitch, a change over for a strike. Stauffer spent half of last season in the major leagues as a starting pitcher for San Diego. This year he's not been up there. He's been with Portland all year. 0-1 pitch, down and in for a ball. 1-1 the count to Nelson. Nelson has continued to swing a hot bat, had 2 more hits on Wednesday, and has hit safely in 15 of his last 17 games. Stauffer with a 1-1 pitch, and it is down low for a ball. 2-1. Dave Brundage, the manager of the Red Ears, in the third base coach's box. Terry Polreese, the hitting coach, in the first base coach's box. 2 balls, 1 strike to Nelson, and the pitch is low, ball 3. 3-1 the count. So 3-1 the count to Nelson. And the next pitch is chopped up the middle, fielded by the second baseman Hill. Touches second for 1, throw to first, there's 2. Bobby Hill fielded it just a step away from the second base bag, and the double play became routine once he gloved it. 4-3 on the twin killing. And now Rob Johnson will be the hitter. Right Here's Baseball is being brought to you in part by Master Park. If you've been looking for an airport parking solution, we have it at Master Park. Convenience, speed, and value. Visit us online at masterparking.com. Rob Johnson, the hitter. Stauffer with the windup and the pitch, and this is a fastball called a strike, 0-1. Johnson batting .227, 3 homers, 29 runs batted in. And Johnson DHing today. Next pitch, swing and a miss. There's strike 2. Johnson continues to DH when he is not catching. The Mariners want to see the young catching prospect get a lot of at-bats. The 0-2 pitch on the way to Johnson. Swung on it, pulled into left field. Moving over is Cust, and he'll make the catch, and the inning is over. A few steps towards the foul line, and Cust able to make the catch. Right Ears go quickly in the second. They had a hit. No one left. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's Portland 3, Tacoma 2.
Attention, truck, Jeep, and SUV owner. Have you always wanted to have your truck in a magazine? Bring it down to 4 Wheel Parts.
How fast?
We go to the bottom of the second inning here at PGE Park. The Beavers leading the Rainiers by a score of 3-2. Justin Heisman beginning his second inning of work. And he'll face Bobby Hill, Manny Alexander, and Termel Sledge. Heisman had some control issues in the first inning, walked 3 batters, which is not something that he traditionally does, issue a lot of walks. Well, we talked about it earlier. Pressed into duty today, surprisingly, and hasn't pitched in a while. First pitch to Bobby Hill, taken for a strike, 0-1. Heisman did come in and get the final 2 batters on grounders in the infield to close out the first inning, and one of them should have been a double play ball. Here's a swing and a liner towards center. That's going to fall for a base hit. Bobby Hill with a single to center, and there's the third hit for the Beavers. So Hill is on, and now Manny Alexander will be the batter. Manny walked in the first inning. So Manny Alexander, right-handed hitter, takes his time heading up to the plate. Manny, a former Rainier, played for Tacoma in 2001. And he's doing his usual thing, hitting .258 with 7 homers. Has stolen 13 bases and playing good defense at shortstop, which is really his specialty. Right-hand hitter. Heisman with the pitch, and it is taken inside for a ball, 1-0. Manny Alexander 35 years old. He's been playing professionally since 1989. Now the 1-0 is outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. So Heisman falls behind Manny 2-0. Next pitch on the way from the right-hander, swung on and grounded up the third baseline, and it is fielded in fair territory by the third baseman Morse, thrown to second for 1, and it gets past LaHare. Alexander didn't run it out, and now the right ears will just, Jeff Clement backing up, goes to LaHare to complete the double play, and we're going to get an argument. Manny thought he fouled it off his left shoe, and he's pointing at his shoe. He never ran. The ball went right up the third baseline to Morse, and the right ears turned a strange double play. Manny never ran at all. And here's Craig Colbert now arguing with the home plate umpire, John Mary, and he is going to get the umpires to meet up and discuss it. So Mary is going to talk to the first base umpire, Todd Tishner, who is the crew chief. And Manny's saying it hit me on the left foot. And the umpires are saying, no, it didn't, and they are not going to overturn this. It's going to be a bizarre 5-4-2-3 double play. Because the relay throw from Hunter Brown was in the dirt and went right past LaHare, and the catcher backing up picked it up. And since Manny wasn't running, they were able to still get him out on the double play. And Colbert can't believe it, and he's still arguing, although it is a fairly relaxed argument if such a thing exists. And they're going to go ahead and call it a double play, and listen to these happy Portland Beaver fans. They don't like it at all. So your standard 5-4-2-3 double play. All because Manny thought he had fouled it off his foot. It bounced right up the third baseline, and I think Manny, well, it looked like he fouled it off his foot. There's a pitch outside for a ball to Sledge, 1-0. Manny's going to run that out. He's not going to stand there in the batter's box if he hit a fair ball. Here's the next pitch down low to Sledge. The Rainiers caught a break right there, and they'll take it. 2-0 pitch on the way to Termel Sledge, and this is outside, ball 3. Sledge hitting .284 with 14 homers, and every one of those homers has come against the Rainiers this year. No, really only 5 of them have, but same difference. Here's a pitch in for a strike, 3-1. The Rainiers have had a big problem with Termel Sledge this year. Now the 3-1 pitch swung on and bounced slowly up the first baseline, and it'll be picked up by nobody. Heisman and LaHare collide, and Sledge will be safe at first on an infield single. No communication there. Heisman and LaHare both converging on the ball. Heisman going after it hard, and LaHare at first laid back on it and then charged it, and the two of them hit each other and no one picked it up. Infield single for Sledge. And there's the 4th hit for Portland. And now Paul McAnulty will be the batter. McAnulty struck out swinging in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Heisman turns and throws to first, and in standing up is Sledge. Portland does not run often, only 47 stolen bases all season. Heisman with the pitch, and it is inside for a ball. 1-0 the count to McAnulty. 1-0 the count. Justin Heisman set, and the pitch is swung on and grounded sharply to first, knocked down by LaHare, deflected towards Heisman, and Heisman picks it up and throws it to LaHare, and good communication that time. They didn't communicate on the previous ball. This time LaHare deflected it. It bounced back towards the mound, and LaHare immediately pointed at it and said, "You get it," and LaHare went and covered the bag, so they get the out at first base. 3-1-3 to end the inning. A very strange bottom of the second inning. No runs for Portland. There were 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left. We go to the third inning. It's Portland 3, Tacoma 2. we go to the third inning. It is 3-2. Portland leading the Tacoma Red Ears. Oswaldo Navarro will lead things off here. Navarro batting in the number 9 slot. Big game on Wednesday in Omaha. 3 hits, 4 runs batted in, and he takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. Navarro now hitting .283 in 99 at-bats for the Red Ears with 2 homers and 15 runs batted in. And the pitch to Navarro popped up down the right field line. Long run for Luke Allen. Approaching the foul line. He can't get it. It lands in foul territory. Navarro stays alive. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. Right, here's got 2 in the top of the first inning. On the opposite field, the 2-run homer by Brian LaHare. But Portland scored 3 in the bottom of the first inning against emergency starter Justin Heisman. And then no one scored in the second, and here we are in the third. Pitch to Navarro, up and in for a ball, high and tight with a fastball from Stopper. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. 1-1 the count. Next pitch is called a strike. Well, the scoreboard says 2-2. Stopper's next pitch on the way. And this is swung on and grounded to shortstop. Manny Alexander fields it with a backhand and slings it to first. And there's the first out of the third inning. So Oswaldo Navarro grounds out to shortstop, 1 away. And now Hunter Brown will be the hitter. Right Ears Baseball is being brought to you in part by Benbridge Jewelers, the Diamond People since 1912. With stores throughout the Pacific Northwest, visit Benbridge Jeweler at all major malls and online at www.benbridge.com. Stopper into the windup, and his pitch now to Hunter Brown is taken low, ball 1. Brown grounded a single between short and third his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Next delivery called a strike, 1-1 the count. Brown playing second base today, just his 10th game at that position this year. 1-1 pitch on the way, and it is down low for a ball, 2-1. Manager Dave Brundage indicated that Michael Garcia-Parra's strained calf is close to being healed, and he should be activated from the DL shortly. 2-1 pitch outside, ball 3. That's our TRA Medical Imaging injury report, brought to you by TRA Medical Imaging, excellence person to person. So Garcia-Parra should be back, a couple days maybe. 3-1 outside, ball 4, and Brown draws a walk, and he'll head down to first base. And here's get a base runner with 1 out in the third inning, and now Chris Snelling will be a hitter. Snelling struck out swinging in the first. He's 0 for 1. Snelling looking for his first hit on this road trip. Stopper with the pitch. There goes Brown. The pitch is yanked foul on the first base side. Strike 1. Snelling 0 for 22 on the trip. Some kind of a slide he's in right now, and right here's the coaches are convinced it's all strictly mental. And he should snap out of it at any moment. 0-1 the count. Next pitch swung on and popped in the air to left field, and this is not the moment. Jack Cutts camped underneath it, and he'll make the catch, and there's out number 2 here in the top of the third inning. So Snelling flies out to left, and now T.J. Bond will be the hitter.
Number 32, T.J.
Bond settling in now. He struck out swinging in the first. Brown with his lead at first, and now Stopper's pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 1. Running that breaking ball low and away to Bond, and that's what he K'd Bond with in the first inning, and Stopper's first pitch to him here in the third is the same. Now a move to first base, and back in standing up is Brown. another toss to first base. First game of 4 here in Portland. 7:05 first pitch tomorrow. Day game on Sunday. And then a night game Monday. Next pitch to Bond down low, 1-1. Sunday's game's a 2:05 start. Rainiers are supposed to go with Clint Najat tomorrow against Jared Wells. Rich Dorman will start the Sunday day game against Roger Diago. And then Francisco Cruzetta on Monday against Portland's Brian Sweeney, a former Rainier. 1-1 pitch to Bond, down and in for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Rainiers will return home on Tuesday, finally, to start an 8-day, 9-game homestand that includes a doubleheader with Tucson on Wednesday. 2-1 pitch to Bond is outside for a ball. 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike to T.J. Bond with Brian LaHare, who is swinging a torrid stick on deck. 3-1 pitch. Outside and low, ball 4, and Bond draws a walk. The second walk of the inning given up by Stopper. And here comes LaHare with more runners on base. 2 on, 2 out, and LaHare will hit. He homered to left field in the first inning. LaHare takes his time settling into the batter's box. Tying runner out there at second base here in the top of the 3rd inning with 2 outs. Outfield plays LaHare straight away. And the pitch is down and in, ball 1. LaHare has been pulling the ball with more frequency of late, even though that home run did go to the opposite field in the first inning. When he first joined the Rainiers, he was hitting everything to the opposite field. And now he swings and misses at a pitch down and in, 1-1. The Rainiers hitting coach, Terry Polreese, working hard with LaHare to try to get him to hit for more power and pull the ball and get that backspin on the baseball after it leaves the bat, which results in further carry. 1-1 pitch, hit in the air to deep right field. Back this goes. Luke Allen at the track. He leaps. Can't get it. It's gone. Brian LaHare, his second homer of the game. A 3-run shot to right field, and the Rainiers make it 5-3. LaHare yanks one out of here. The 3-run homer to right field. This one to right. His homer in the first inning went to left. And LaHare has 5 runs batted in already today, and the Rainiers are back on top. Home run number 7 for LaHare, who now has 39 runs batted in 50 games with Tacoma. Now Mike Morse is the batter, and the pitch is outside in the dirt, ball 1. So LaHare really stepping up here. He had a huge series in Omaha, and he opens up the Portland series with homers in his first 2 at-bats. 1-0 to Morse is over for a strike, 1-1. LaHare, 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. Morse bounces 1 foul on the first base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mike Morse. Next offering on the way from Stopper, and it swung on and chopped to the right side and fielded by Hill, and it was not chopped, but a liner kind of sinking to Hill, and he caught it just before it hit the turf for the final out of the inning. Rainiers get 3 runs here at the top of the 3rd inning, and they do it with just 1 hit, the LaHare homer. No errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's Tacoma 5, Portland 3.
Welcome to the Pepsi Theater.
MVPPT.com.
Well, the Rainiers back out in front, 5-3, and John Knott is going to lead things off for Portland in the bottom of the 3rd inning against right-hander Justin Heisman. And Heisman's pitch to Knott is swung on and bounced foul on the first base side. There's strike 1. Well, Knott hit a 2-run double in the first inning. And the Knott versus Heisman matchup has gone Knott's way this season. Knott hit that grand slam off Heisman when Heisman just came off the DL and pitched here in Portland the last time the Rainiers were here. Next pitch down low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Knott. That was a 4-game series in July, right after the All-Star break, as Knott bounces one to first. Laher has it, flip it to Heisman for the out at first base, and 1 man is gone. Heisman gets Knott, and now Jack Cusk will be the batter. The Tacoma Portland series played previously here at PGE Park, the only series between these two teams this year that Portland won. The Beavers took 3 of the 4 games, and the way they did it is rather simple to describe. They did it with home runs. Portland hit 10 homers in a 4-game series, and that is how they won 3 of the 4 games. Jack Cusk now the batter. Left-hand hitter. He walked his first time up, and he takes a pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Cusk now with 117 walks. He leads all of minor league and Major League Baseball in that category. The 1-0 from Heisman, swung on and hit high and deep to center field. Way back this goes, and it is gone. Jack Cusk with a long one. It clears the batter's eye in straightaway center field. His 24th homer of the year, and it's 5-4. So the Beavers get their first home run. Jack Cusk crushing one to center field. And Portland is back within 1 run. And now Justin Leone will be the hitter. Leone walked his first time up. Heisman had recorded the last 6 outs all on grounders, as here's a pitch down and into Leone, ball 1. But that ball was clearly up in the zone, and Cusk hit it a long way. 1-0 to Leone, outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch hit high in the air and deep to left, and this is back, and we have back-to-back homers. Justin Leone, right after Jack Cusk hit one, ties up the ball game with his 19th of the year. Well, that didn't take long. Back-to-back homers by 2 of the 5 sluggers that Portland has in its lineup. This is what they do when they're playing well. They hit a lot of homers. And they have back-to-back homers here in the 3rd inning. And Portland has tied it up 5-5. And now George Kataris will hit, and he takes a pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. 139 home runs for Portland this year. And they entered play today 2nd in the league in the league in homers. As the next one is a strike to Kataris, 1-1. Tucson had hit 1 more homer than Portland this year. Well, the Beavers have already hit 2 tonight. Next pitch to Kataris, over for a strike, 1-2. Where Tucson's at home against Sacramento this evening. And they have not yet homered. Next pitch down and in for a ball, 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes is the count to Kataris. And Heisman's pitch is swung on and wrapped on the ground to second. Hunter Brown fields it, and he throws to Laher for the out, and 2 men are gone in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So Kataris grounds out, and now Luke Allen will be the hitter. Action in the Tacoma bullpen. I think that's Mike Flannery warming up. Another guy who, like Heisman, has not pitched much lately because of all of this inactivity, I guguess you would say, due to the fact that the Raiders have 9 relievers. Here's a pitch outside for a ball to Luke Allen. But all kinds of guys are going to get thrown into the mix today, with Livingston scratched before the game began. 1-0 pitch hit sharply on one hop to short. Navarro fields it and fires to first for the out, and the inning is over. Luke Allen grounds to shortstop, but that does it for Portland, but they tie it up. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, no one left. We go to the 4th inning. It's Tacoma 5, Portland 5.
That's fine. KHHO Tacoma.
5-5 tie ball game. The Raiders and the Fevers go to the 4th inning. Jeff Clement stands in. First pitch of the inning from Tim Stopper is bounced routinely out to Manny Alexander at shortstop, who throws out Clement at first base. 1 pitch, 1 out in the top of the 4th. And now John Nelson will hit. Fans before or after the game head to Tacoma's newest sports restaurant, Varsity Grill, located in the former Jillian's location in downtown Tacoma. Bring your ticket stub and receive 20% off your bill on any Rainiers game day at Varsity Grill. John Nelson, 0 for 1 today, hit into a double play. Right-hand batter, Stopper with a pitch, and it's high for a ball, 1-0. Well, the Mariners still in that slugfest with Texas. It is 13-7 Rangers in the 7th inning. Now the next pitch to Nelson, grounded sharply to short. Manny Alexander picks it and throws out Nelson, and 2 men are gone very rapidly in the top of the 4th inning. And now Rob Johnson will be the hitter. Gil Mesh went 1 inning today, and then Jake Woods, 3 2/3 innings, 75 pitches. Which that combination right there is why Bobby Livingston was scratched today from his start. Because now Sean Green has been in there for an inning and a third, and when it's all said and done, by the time that game ends, regardless of what happens in it, the Mariners are going to have nobody to pitch in long relief tomorrow. And I'm assuming, or speculating, if you will, making an educated speculation that Bobby Livingston will get called up to just to be a long man tomorrow. Here's a swing and a grounder by Johnson deep in the hole. Alexander fields it. His throw to first is juggled at first base by John Knott, and it'll be scored an infield single for Rob Johnson. Nearly a spectacular play for Manny Alexander, who is 35 years old and still has some impressive tools out there on the field, including that throwing arm and the range at shortstop. He is still an outstanding defender. Here's Oswaldo Navarro. He grounded to shortstop his first time up, 0 for 1. Now a move to first, and Johnson dives back in. Blue skies here in Portland. Lights are on now, and it get a little chilly here this evening. Definitely a possibility. Now another toss to first, and again Johnson is back in. Now the next pitch swung on and grounded softly to short. Manny has it, and he goes to the second baseman Bobby Hill for the force out on Johnson coming in, ending the inning. So Navarro hits into the force out. No runs for the Raiders in the 4th. They had a hit, and they leave a man on. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's Tacoma 5, Portland 5. 5-5 is our score. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. And on the mound for the Raiders, Mike Flannery taking over. Flannery in relief of Justin Heisman. Heisman went 3 innings, allowed 6 hits and 5 runs. They were all earned. He walked 3, all of those in the first inning, and struck out 1. So Flannery is the first out of the Raiders bullpen, not including Heisman, who technically came out of the bullpen to make the surprise start today. Flannery 0-2 with a 6.14 ERA. This is his 10th appearance for Tacoma since being promoted from AA San Antonio. So Heisman ready to face Bobby Hill, Manny Alexander, and Termel Sledge. Standing in now, Hill. He singled in the first inning, and the pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen. Strike one. Flannery, first out of the bullpen. And other guys we're likely to see today, well, there's tons of them out there. Now the 0-1 pitch, low for a ball, 1-1. Also in the bullpen, Scott Atchison, Rene Cortez, Jeff Harris, John Hubert, Aaron Looper, and Eric O'Flaherty. Plenty of fresh arms, and with a day off yesterday, too. Here's a pitch down and into Bobby Hill. Bobby Hill, former Chicago Cub and Pittsburgh Pirates infielder. Next delivery, swung on and hit in the air down the left field line, slicing into the corner. That's a foul ball. Had home run distance, too, but went foul. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Short distances down the lines here in Portland. 317 to left, 320 to right. And it does not get deep here until you get out to the power alleys. And even out beyond the alleys towards the deeper center field. A lot of home runs hit in this ballpark because of the dimensions. 2-2 pitches high, ball 3 to Hill. So the count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch, and it is down and in, ball 4. So Flannery walks the first batter he faces. Bobby Hill heads down to first base. And now we'll go to the top of the order and see Manny Alexander. Mike Flannery, 26-year-old right-hander from New Jersey. Originally drafted by the Marlins. Mariners traded for him last July. The Ron Valone deal. Flannery came over with another pitcher named Yorman Bizzardo. Here's a pitch inside to Alexander. Ball 1. And Flannery started the year at AA San Antonio. Next pitch down low for a ball, 2-0. Been pitching professionally since the year 2000. Was a draft and follow out of Gloucester College in New Jersey. 2-0 is low, ball 3. Flannery falls behind Alexander 3-0. He just walked the leadoff man. 3-0 pitch. Poured in there for a strike. Manny was taking all the way. 3-1. 5-5 tie here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Three-one pitch is, I guess, low, ball 4. And Manny draws a walk. And the first 2 batters to come to the plate here at the bottom of the 4th inning have walked. 5th walk issued by Tacoma pitching today, and now Termel Sledge will be the batter. Well, Flannery is in the exact same boat that Justin Heisman was in. They each pitched last on August 2nd, 9 days ago, so they are rusty. And it showed with Heisman walking 3 in his first inning, as here's a pitch down and into Sledge, ball 1. And now it is showing with Mike Flannery walking his first 2 batters that he faces here. And now he's thrown ball 1 to Sledge. Oh, no, they called that a strike on a check swing. And the umpire just now indicating that. So 0-1 is the correct count to Termel Sledge. Flannery's next pitch is low for a ball, 1-1. 0-0 the count, or 1-1 the count, excuse me. Next pitch, swung on and bounced towards first, foul ball, 1-2. Have to be careful here in Portland. Just do not look at the balls and strikes on the scoreboard here, unless you want to be misinformed. 1-2 the count. Mel Sledge. Couple of singles already tonight. And Flannery doesn't like what he's seeing from Jeff Clement, and he calls out his catcher, and they're going to discuss things on the mound here. Maybe they're having communication issues with that runner at second base. They go to the more complicated signs. And so they have a quick discussion, and now they're ready for play to resume. Flannery looking in for the signs from his catcher now. And now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with a fastball up. And down goes Sledge for the first out of the inning. So Flannery gets the strikeout. One away. And here comes Paul McAnulty. McAnulty settling in now. Another left-handed hitter. He is struck out and grounded out. 0 for 2, and Flannery's pitch, swing and a miss, and it was foul tipped actually by McAnulty. Either way, it's a strike. 0-1 to count. Bottom of the fourth inning here at PGE Park. Mike Flannery doing his first pitching in 9 days. Nods in agreement with Clement. And the 0-1 pitch is down low for a ball, 1-1. Some of the Rainiers relievers have been frustrated by the fact that there are 9 guys in the bullpen. And it cuts into everybody's time on the mound. 1-1 pitch. Inside for a ball, 2-1. And prior to today's situation, even with today's situation with Bobby Livingston being scratched right before the start of today's game, there is no reasonable reason for a AAA team to have 9 relievers. 2-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. There's strike 2. Nice breaking ball from Flannery there. The Rainiers do not have 9 relievers on the roster right now because the Mariners need to have them for any particular reason involving the Mariners roster. And the 9 relievers here certainly isn't helpful to any of them. There's too many. 2-2 pitch, down low, ball 3, and the count is full. Yet suddenly, with Livingston scratched today, all right, the Raiders need some relievers. They need an extra man or 2. Maybe not an extra 2 relievers. A normal AAA team has 7 relievers. 5 starters, 7 relievers. That's 12 pitchers. Here's a swing and a deep fly ball to right field by McAnulty. Backing up is Snelling. He's going to have room at the edge of the track, and he makes the catch. Tagging at second base is Hill, and he will advance to third. Holding at first base is Alexander. It looked good coming off McAnulty's bat, but it was up the handle of the bat just a tad bit. And carried out only to the track. Snelling was about a step onto the track when he caught it. So runners are at first and third with 2 outs, and John Knott will be the batter. Flannery ready, and the pitch is taken down low for a ball, 1-0. outside for a ball, 2-0. Back to the 9 relievers again. If the Rainiers roster stays like this for a few days. The Rainiers have a doubleheader coming up on Wednesday against Tucson. The 2-0 pitch is inside for a ball 3. That's at noon on Wednesday at home. And if the Rainiers still have 9 relievers, you can count on the second game of that doubleheader being a bullpen day, and they'll use relievers to eat up 7 innings in that game. 3-0 pitch to Knott inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So Flannery walks the bases loaded, but there are 2 outs in the inning. However, here comes Jack Cuss. And Cuss really only does 3 things. Strike out, walk, and hit homers. He's a 3 true outcome hitter. And in this game so far, he has walked and homered, so maybe he's due for a strikeout. Cuss, a few days ago, in fact, a week ago today, had a 3 home run game. That was in Omaha, 3 homers in 1 game. And he now has 24 on the year after his long home run last inning. First pitch from Flannery is a curveball that drops in there for a strike, 0-1. Nice pitch. Cuss stands in. Flannery with the 0-1, and it's a swing and a miss at a curve, and there's strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. So Flannery out ahead of the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Flannery gets the signs from Jeff Clement. And now backing out of the batter's box for a minute is Cuss. Now he steps back in once again. AAA veteran Cuss looks out towards Mike Flannery. Flannery's come with back-to-back breaking balls. The 0-2 pitch is another breaking ball down and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Clement and Flannery have a brief conversation again. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to right center field. Moving over is Bond. Coming in, reaching out, and he drops it. Hit the heel of his glove and bounces away. Snelling picking it up. Hill has scored. Alexander scores, and here comes Knott. He's going to score. 3 runs are in, and the Beavers lead at 8-5. And we'll see how they score that. Bond came in on the ball, but he got there, and he reached out to make the glove. Reaching out about waist high and turning the glove up. And it hit the base of his glove, and they're going to call it an E8, an error on T.J. Bond, his first error of the entire season, and it allows 3 runs to score with 2 outs in the inning. Wow. Cuss winds up at second base, and now Justin Leone is the hitter. And the pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Now Flannery with his next pitch, and it's a fastball high, 2-0. Oh, tough one right there. Bond did have to run a while, but he got there and he reached out, and he's just not used to seeing that happen with T.J. Bond. It hit the heel of his glove and bounced away. 2-0 pitch on the way to Leone. Outside, ball 3. So the Beavers regain the lead. The Rainiers do have Brian Lahair batting 4th in the 5th inning. He has driven in all 5 Tacoma runs tonight with 2 homers. 3 balls, no strikes, the count to Justin Leone. And Flannery with his pitch, and it's a strike across the belt, 3-1. Now Flannery ready. And the 3-1 is inside, ball 4, and there's the 4th walk of the inning. 7th walk issued by Tacoma pitching today. 2 on, 2 out. And now George Kotaris will be the batter. Kotaris is 0 for 2 with an RBI. Kotaris, left-hand hitter, swings at the first pitch and pops it up towards third. Morse in foul ground is going to make the catch, and the inning is over. So Kotaris pops up, and that does it, but 3 unearned run score for Portland. There were no hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left on. We go to the 5th inning. It's Portland 8, Tacoma 5.
These days,
It is 8-5, Portland with the lead. We go to the 5th inning of play. This has been a strange game. Hunter Brown, Chris Snelling, and T.J. Bond to bat here in the 5th. All right, let's figure out, what have we seen here today? We've seen the right-ear starting pitcher get scratched because the Seattle Mariners starting pitcher got hammered. No, that's wrong. I'm going to rephrase that. Here's a pitch to Hunter Brown, and it's taken for a strike. We saw the right-ear starting pitcher get scratched because the Seattle Mariners starting pitcher couldn't throw strikes. Now we got that right. All right. The next pitch to Brown is inside, 1-1. We have seen the right-ears use 2 pitchers tonight, neither of whom has faced a batter in 9 days. The 1-1 pitch is down low, 2-1. Both of them were predictably wild in their first inning of work. We've seen a double play that went 5-4, 3-2-3. As here's a foul ball hit by Brown, 2-2. A 5-4, 3-2-3 double play hit into by Manny Alexander, who did not run because he thought he had fouled the pitch off his foot. And the right-ears still threw the ball away. Like the batter was not running. Very strange. 2-2 pitch on the way to Hunter Brown. Swung on it, hit off the end of the bat on the ground, right to second, fielded by Hill, and they throw to first and get Brown out for the first time today. 1 man is gone in the bottom of the 5th. We have seen back-to-back homers. That's not that strange, but it did happen. We have seen T.J. Bond, who has not made an error all season and leads all Pacific Coast League outfielders in fielding percentage, drop a fly ball that allowed 3 runs to score. Here's a pitch in for a strike to Chris Snelling. And we've seen Brian LaHare continue his torrid streak. He has hit 2 homers today and has driven in all 5 Rainiers runs. Now breaking ball down low to Snelling, 1-1. And LaHare has hits in 6 consecutive plate appearances, with 3 of those being homers. Next pitch to Snelling, down and in, 2-1. Last inning we saw Portland. Now Snelling fouls one off. Portland scored 3 runs last inning without a hit. They also left 2 runners on base in the inning, so they had 5 total base runners without a hit, and they scored 3 runs. And there was only 1 error, and it was huge. 2-2 pitch, lined right to the second baseman, Bobby Hill, who makes the catch, and 2 men are gone in the top of the 5th. So Snelling lines out, and now T.J. Bond will be the batter, and Lee Snelling had good hard contact that time. T.J. Bond now the batter. Bond has struck out and walked so far, and he scored on one of LaHare's homers. And the pitch is over for a strike, 0-1. Well, LaHare already with 2 homers. The Rainiers have not had a batter hit 3 home runs in a game since the 2000 season. Anthony Sanders did it. There's a strike to Vaughn, 0-2. LaHare's on deck right now. 2 outs, nobody on, though. Two pitch, up and in with a breaking ball, 1-2. Tim Stopper allowed 5 runs in the first 3 innings, and now if he gets 1 more out, he'll be eligible for a win tonight. 1-2 pitch is swung on, grounded right past the first baseman, Knott, and down the right field line. Bond is around first. He's digging for second, and he's going to make it there with a double. So T.J. Bond grounds a double down the first base line. And here comes Brian LaHare with another runner in scoring position. Now LaHare has hit 2 home runs off Stopper here tonight. He also homered against Stopper earlier this season. 3 of his 7 home runs have come against Stopper. And he also hit 2 home runs off of Omaha's Jose Diaz in the series that was just finished in Omaha. Stopper with the pitch to LaHare, and there's a curve outside. We'll see how Stopper pitches him. First base is open, and there are 2 outs. Mike Morse is on deck. LaHare hit a 2-run homer to left in the first inning, and then pulled a 3-run homer to right in the third. 1-0 pitch on the way to LaHare is a curve for a strike. 1-1. LaHare has a hit in 6 straight plate appearances. 3 of those are homers. He is on what we like to call a tear. The 1-1 pitch swung on and grounded up the middle and into center field, and that's a base hit. And Vaughn is going to come around third, and Vaughn will score, and it is 8-6. Brian LaHare with his 7th consecutive hit, and the Rainiers get the tying run to the plate here. LaHare has driven in all 6 Tacoma runs. That is a new season high for a single player in 1 game. And here comes Mike Morse. Remember that game a couple years ago where A.J. Zapp drove in 9 runs in 1 game? LaHare has 6 RBIs today, and we're only in the 5th inning. Pitch to Mike Morse is taken for a strike at the knees, 0-1. I'd love to see LaHare come up again with a bunch of guys on base. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Morse chased one outside, 0-2. LaHare now with 40 runs batted in 50 games for Tacoma. 0-2 pitch, swung on and bounced towards third, charged and fielded by McAnulty. He throws the first wild throw into the glove of Knott, and the ball gets loose. Approaching third is LaHare. They're waving him around third. LaHare's coming home, throw to the plate. LaHare slides, and he's safe. And safe at first is Morse, and it is 8-7, and Knott is injured. That was a scary looking play at first base, and here comes the Portland trainer out to look at him. The throw from McAnulty was down the first base line, and it was down that bad, but it certainly is bad enough where they're going to look at John Knott's left forearm. Morse is being credited with an infield single, and LaHare scoring all the way from first base on the E5. It's a 1-run game. Knott leaves the game. Paul McAnulty moves from third base to first base. And entering the ballgame in John Knott's slot in the lineup is David Matranga. Matranga will go in at third. So Knott, the home run and RBI leader and cleanup man for the Beavers, leaves the game with this injury. All on on the throw that was down the line, and you know that McAnulty, who's now over there at first base, just feels terrible because it was his throw that was down the line into the runner. Well, here's Jeff Clement with a runner at first and 2 outs. Matranga now in at third, a pickoff move to first, and Morse is back in safely. So it is 8-7 now. This has just been a strange game, and it keeps getting stranger, doesn't it? And there's an injury you hardly ever see, but when it does happen, it tends to be bad. Now the pitch is taken outside for a ball by Clement, 1-0. Clement's 1 for 2. He is singled and grounded out. Next offering outside for a ball. Pitch misses. Jeff Clement, left-hand batter, out ahead in the count. And now Stopper with his next pitch, and it swung out and popped up behind third. Matranga backpedaling on the turf is there, and he makes the catch, and the inning is over. Oh, the Right-Ears get 2 runs back in the top of the 5th inning. 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error and 1 runner left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We're halfway through it. Fasten your seatbelts. It's Portland 8, Tacoma 7.
Hey, it's Mitch in the morning here. Summer is here.
It's 8-7. The Beavers leading the Right-Ears. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And Manny Alexander to face the Right-Ears pitcher Mike Flannery, who begins his 2nd inning of work. And Flannery, on this night where everything has been very weird, would like nothing more than to throw a very normal scoreless inning. The Right-Ears have pitched only 1 scoreless inning tonight, and it was anything but normal. Luke Allen will start things off. Flannery allowed 3 runs last inning. And all the runners that scored reached base on walks, yet all the runs unearned to Flannery. Here's a pitch to Luke Allen, and it's taken for a strike, 0-1. Now the next pitch on the way, and this is down and in for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Right-Ears entered play today 3.5 games behind first place Salt Lake. Salt Lake is in a back-and-forth affair with Colorado Springs tonight. So here's a breaking ball for a strike to Allen, 1-2. Colorado Springs just scored in the bottom of the 8th inning on a Sean Parker homer, and they lead Salt Lake 6-5 going to the 9th inning. Flannery's pitch is hit high in the air to center field, shallow. Bond coming in, he's under it, and TJ makes the catch, and 1 man is out in the bottom of the 5th. So Allen flies out to center field. And now Bobby Hill will be the hitter. Hill has singled and walked so far. In Colorado Springs tonight, Salt Lake took an early 3-0 lead. And they were ahead 4-1 in the 4th, but the Springs got 2 in the bottom of the 4th. And the bullpens pitched well in the middle innings, and then Salt Lake moved ahead 5-3 in the top of the 7th, and in the bottom of the 7th, Colorado Springs scored twice to tie it, and now they've taken the lead in the 8th. Here's a pitch down low and inside to Bobby Hill, 1-0. And apparently the Sky Sox are going to use Mike Vinifro to try to close it out. Here's a pitch in for a strike to Hill, 1-1. What happened to Nate Field? Next pitch inside for a ball. I wonder how the PCL teams that had to fly today, how their travel went. Here's a pitch down low, ball 3. After the increased security measures, the Rainiers fortunate to have flown home from Omaha on Wednesday after the game, before all that happened, and they actually flew home to Seattle and then spent the off day at home and then bust to Portland today. Here's a swing and a bouncer to second. Hunter Brown has it, and he'll throw to LaHare for the out, and 2 men are gone. Hill bounces out to second, and now Manny Alexander will be the hitter. Fans, if you're looking for a close-to-home getaway, visit the brand-new Courtyard by Marriott downtown Tacoma. Amenities included indoor pool, whirlpool, exercise room, and the new luxurious Avanti Spa. Call today, 253-591-9100. Courtyard by Marriott downtown Tacoma. Here's a swing and a 2-hopper to third. Morse fields it, throws to first, and look at that. A perfectly normal 1-2-3 scoreless inning. The first one of those we have seen today. We go to the 6th inning. It is Portland 8, Tacoma 7.
That's Foster.
Mike Curto with you from PGE Park in Portland, where the Portland Beavers do hold an 8-7 lead over the Tacoma Rainiers, and we're only going to the 6th inning now. New pitcher into the ball game for the Beavers, and it is left-hander Eric Burke. So Burke in relief of Tim Stopper, who on this night of very strange events has a chance to get a win despite allowing 7 runs in 5 innings. He gave up 8 hits. 6 of the 7 runs were earned runs. And Stopper walked 2 and struck out 2. So Burke, the lefty, in from the pen. He's 3-3 with a 4.48 ERA, and he can be a little bit wild. 44 walks in 64 innings, 65 hits allowed, 63 strikeouts. He'll face John Nelson, right-hand batter. The left-hander Burke with his pitch, and it is a swing and a miss at a slider, strike 1. Burke throws pretty hard and has good stuff. And he must have recently started allowing some runs, because his ERA has gone up about a run since the last time these two teams matched up. 0-1 pitch is down and in for a ball. 1-1 the count. Well, yes, he has. In his last 2 games, he's pitched 4 innings and has allowed 5 runs, all earned. Burke with his next pitch to Nelson, and it swung on and hit in the air to center field, and this is deep. Going back is Sledge. He'll have room, and he'll make the catch, and 1 man is out in the top of the 6th. So Nelson flies to center, 1 away, and that will bring to the plate Rob Johnson. Mariner game is over. The M's lose to Texas 14-7. Gil Mesh, in 1 inning of work today, allows 2 hits. That's the end of the good news. 6 walks, 7 earned runs. Jake Woods went 3 2/3. Here's a pitch down low. And then Shot Green went 3 1/3 and allowed 1 run. So they only used 2 relievers, but both of them with extended outings. The 1-0 to Johnson is in for a strike, 1-1. And thus, I am speculating that the reason Bobby Livingston was scratched today was because I presume he's going to join the Mariners tomorrow. 1-1 pitch is inside for a ball, 2-1. They'll have nobody to be the long man tomorrow if they don't call up Livingston. Who knows if Mark Lowe is able to pitch right now or not. They should be very careful with him. The 2-1 pitch grounded sharply through the hole into left field. A base hit for Rob Johnson, his 2nd hit. And Rob Johnson is aboard. And now Oswaldo Navarro will be the hitter. If you're wondering why the Mariners would look at Livingston as a long man as opposed to maybe some of the Rainiers relief pitchers who are doing very well right now, such as Scott Atchison, for example, or John Huber. Well, Livingston's on the 40-man roster already. The other guys aren't. And the Mariners really don't have much more maneuvering room with that 40-man roster. Here's a pitch up high for a ball to Navarro, 1-0. interesting to see what the Mariners do if they do indeed call up Livingston tomorrow, as we suspect. Here's a pitch in for a strike now to Navarro, 1-1. Are they going to just put Lowe on the disabled list, or will they maybe send down a Woods or a Green? Could go either way. 1 ball, 1 strike to Navarro. Next delivery from Burke, swung on and grounded right to short. Manny Alexander flip it to Hill for 1, on to first for 2, inning-ending double play. 6-4-3 on the Twin killing. No runs on a hit. No errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Portland 8, Tacoma 7.
Dragging luggage through traffic and across parking lots is not what smart travel.
Well, we go now to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is an 8-7 ball game. The Portland Beavers leading the Tacoma Rainiers. Sir Mel Sledge, Paul McAnulty, and Dave Matranga do up this inning. Sledge is 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, and there's that song again. Sledge, who has been hearing that Peter Gabriel song every time he has batted since rookie ball, no doubt. Stands in the batter's box. Left-hand hitter. And the pitch from Flannery is the first pitch breaking ball over for a strike. It's 0-1. Now checking in on Salt Lake City. It is over. Colorado Springs beats the Bees today, 6-5. Here's a pitch in for a strike to Sledge, 0-2. So the Rainiers can gain another game on Salt Lake if they can find a way to win this one tonight. Now the 0-2 pitch is low to Sledge, 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now Flannery ready. Next pitch, cold foul down the right field line. Rainiers have gained 2 games on Salt Lake in the last 4 days after going nearly a month without picking up a game. You know, the Rainiers picked up a game on Salt Lake. Let's figure this out exactly. They picked one up, was it the second day in Omaha? First day in Omaha. Here's a swing and a pop-up foul and out of play on the third base side. 1-2. Actually, they picked up a half game the first day in Omaha because Salt Lake had a doubleheader. The Rainiers picked up a full game on Tuesday, when they won on Tuesday, to go from 5 games back to 4 games back. Here's a swing and a 1-hopper to first, fielded by LaHare, and he'll take it to the bag for the out, and Sledge is retired. And one man's gone in the bottom of the 6th, and Flannery is retired 5 in a row. And now McAnulty will be the hitter. The Rainiers, when they picked up a full game on Tuesday, had not picked up a full game in the standings since July 14th. 3.5 weeks prior. For so many days, the Rainiers and the Salt Lake Bees did the exact same thing. They either both won on the same day, lost on the same day, back and forth. Never any movement in the standings. Here's one down low to McAnulty, ball 1. Well, the Rainiers 3.5 back. They can get to 2.5 if they can win this. 1-0 pitch in for a strike, 1-1. The Rainiers have not been within 2.5 games of first place since July 17th, when they were 2 games back. 1-1 pitch on the way, and it is inside into the backstop. 2 balls, 1 strike. Action has begun in the Rainiers bullpen. More activity out there. They'd like to see Flannery get through this inning. If Heisman goes 3, and then, well, Heisman went 3, and then if Flannery could go 3. One is down low for a ball, 3-1. That would still leave the Rainiers bullpen in real strong shape for tomorrow, which really shouldn't be that difficult with the 9 relievers anyway, should it? 3-1 pitch inside, ball 4, and McAnulty draws a walk. 5th walk issued by Flannery, and the 8th by Tacoma pitching today. And now Dave Matranga will be the hitter. Going to the mound is Dave Brundage. He might make the call to the bullpen right now. And it looks like he is. He points to the pen. He's going to bring in the right-hander who has been warming up in the bullpen. And I think that's Jeff Harris. So Flannery is going to leave the ball game after the one-out walk here. And this is Jeff Harris coming in from the pen. So we have a pitching change here at the bottom of the 6th inning. And we're going to take a break for this pitching change, which is brought to you by MVP Physical. Well, we're at the bottom of the 6th inning. Portland leading Tacoma by a score of 8-7. And a new pitcher into the ballgame for the Right Ears, Jeff Harris. He inherits a one-out runner at first base situation. And he'll face David Matranga. Harris is in just his 9th game for the Right Ears this season. His season has been disrupted by injury, back and shoulder problems. He is healthy now. Harris with no record at 3.18 ERA in 11 1/3 innings. Since coming off the disabled list, when the Right Ears were in Iowa, Harris has pitched 3 scoreless innings without allowing a hit. Here's David Matranga making his first plate appearance of the game. He entered after John Knott left with an injury in the top of the 5th inning. Matranga batting .214 with 9 homers, 26 runs batted in. Harris's pitch is a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Harris has sink on his pitches, has that 3/4 angle delivery, and historically is around the plate with his pitches. And the 0-1 pitch on the way to Matranga. Swung on and grounded foul, third base side, and there's strike 2. Well, Harris out in front of Matranga. Right here's playing double play depth. Leading from first base is McAnulty. And Harris with the 0-2 pitch to Matranga. Swung on and blooped into right, and that's going to be a base hit. Snelling cuts it off on one hop. Rounding second and stopping there is McAnulty. A single to right field for Dave Matranga on the 0-2 pitch. So the Beavers have 2 on with 1 out, and now the very dangerous Jack Cust coming to the plate. Cust has homered. He has walked. And he reached on a 2-base error that brought in 3 runs in the 4th inning. Cust, left-hand batter. Steps up to the plate. Harris looking in for the signs from Clemens. And now Cust calls time and steps down for a moment. Well, we'll see if Harris can find his way out of this one. I'll get you Mike Flannery's line here in a moment. It's unusual, fitting in perfectly with the theme of the night. Here's Harris with a pitch to Cust, and it is taken inside for a ball, 1-0. Flannery went 2 1/3, no-hit innings. He allowed 3 runs, none earned. He's responsible for the runner at second. Flannery walked 5 and struck out 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Cust, and it's a breaking ball called a strike, 1-1. Pitch from Harris, and this is inside with a fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Harris does not throw real hard, but he has good movement on his fastball, particularly his cut fastball. He's going to run in on the left-hand hitter Cust. That's what he just threw him. McAnulty at second, Matranka at first, and Cust gets tired of waiting for Harris, and he steps out of the batter's box. Well, now here we are, the 2-1 pitch on the way to Cust, and it's swung on and lined into left, and that's going to be a base hit. Coming to third is McAnulty. They're waving him in. The throw from Nelson is cut off. McAnulty scores. It is 9-7. So an RBI single for Jack Cust. And the first two batters have greeted Jeff Harris with base hits. Flannery winds up allowing 4 runs, 1 earned, as that run is charged to him. And now Justin Leone will be the batter. Leone settling in now. Still only 1 out in this inning. Harris with his pitch, and it is inside for a ball, 1-0. Well, 1-0 the count to Leone. Harris ready. And the pitch swung on and fouled back, 1-1. Harris and Leone, friends from Leone's time with the Right Ears the last 2 seasons. And now they face each other here in the game. They greeted each other fondly during batting practice today. 1-1 pitch on the way to Leone from Jeff Harris, and it swung on and grounded to short. Navarro to Brown for 1. Relay to first is in time for 2. Harris gets Leone to hit into the double play, ending the bottom of the 6th. But Portland gets another run, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left. We go to the 7th inning. It's a slugfest. Portland 9, Tacoma 7.
Attention, truck.
And we go to the 7th inning of play here at the Tacoma Right Ears, trailing the Portland Beavers by a score of 9-7. And it'll be the top of the order coming up this inning. It'll be Hunter Brown, Chris Snelling, and T.J. Bond. Brown has singled and walked, and he has scored 2 runs. Eric Burke on the hill, lefty, pitched a scoreless 6th inning. And Burke with the pitch, and it's called a strike, 0-1 to Brown. Well, 2 up 4th this inning is Brian LaHare, who has driven in all 6. Excuse me, that's not right. The Rainiers have 7 runs today. He has driven in 6 of the 7 runs. Here's a pitch outside. And LaHare having a huge day, and it could become a historic day, especially if the Raiders get some base runners for him. 1-1 pitch is popped to the air to shallow center field. Coming in is Sledge, still coming in. He gets there, reaches out and drops the ball. And now overrunning first base is Brown, and he's in a rundown between first and second. Manny Alexander chasing him back to first, and the pitcher tags him out. Sledge will be charged with an error, but Brown overran first. He took the turn at first. And Sledge quickly corralled the ball after dropping it, and he threw behind Brown to the first baseman. And Brown is put out 8-3-6-1. So an E8 on Sledge. He dropped it, air center fielder. And then Brown in a rundown and is out center fielder to the first baseman, to the shortstop, to the pitcher. And there you go, another weird play on a weird night in which strange things are happening inning after inning. First pitch to Chris Snelling is taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Is it a full moon? Just looking up, I can't see any moon. But that just might be my angle. I know it's up there somewhere. Next pitch low and away to Snelling, 1-1. Pitch swung on and bounced foul. 1-2. No Snelling in a hole. Eric Burke with a leg kick and the pitch, and it is low, and that evens up the count. 2-2. Offering on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A breaking ball down in the dirt, and Snelling has struck out, and 2 men are gone in the 7th. DJ Bond now the batter. Bond is 1 for 2 with a double and a walk, and he has scored twice. And LaHare moves into the on-deck circle. Right here's down by 2 here in the top of the 7th. Burke with his pitch, and it's down and in for a ball, 1-0. This is our Alaska Airlines Grand Slam getaway inning. Our contestant is Karen Spizak of Sumner. And Karen, you need the right ears to load him up in a hurry. Here's the pitch in for a strike to TJ Bond. The right ears hit a grand slam this inning. Alaska Airlines will give 2 round-trip tickets to Karen, Val and Eddie, where they fly. Here's a swing and a grounder to short. Alexander fields it, throws to first, inning over. There will be no grand slam getaway today. No runs for the right ears in the top of the 7th. There was an error and nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's the stretch, which is brought to you by Alaska Airlines. Nobody offers more long balls out of Seattle than Alaska Airlines. Alaska has low fares and daily nonstops to Boston, New York, D.C., Dallas, and Miami. The next time you need to go across the country, visit AlaskaAir.com. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is Portland 9, Tacoma 7.
The bond between food and Pepsi is...
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Tacoma Red Ears trailing the Portland Beavers by a score of 9-7. Jeff Harris on the mound, and here in the 7th inning, he'll face George Kataris to lead things off. And the pitch is taken for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Kataris is 0 for 3 with an RBI. Pitch is a swing and a foul back, and there is strike 2. Pitch, swing and a foul out of play. Still no ball, 2 strikes to George Kataris. Taking a look around the Mariners farm system, not a lot of teams in action yesterday, but an interesting game in the California League. The Mariners affiliate, Inland Empire, took on the Giants affiliate, San Jose. And guess who pitched for San Jose? Now the 0-2 pitch to Kataris is up and in for a ball, 1-2. The Giants' first-round draft pick this year out of the University of Washington, Tim Lincecum. He pitched against the Mariners affiliate, and he had his best game since joining San Jose. 1-2 pitch to Kataris, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Harris gets the strikeout, and 1 man's gone in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Harris gets the K, and now Luke Allen will be the hitter. Lincecum last night pitched 3 2/3 scoreless innings, allowing only 1 hit and struck out 6. It's also his longest outing since being drafted. The Giants are being very careful with him. Lincecum threw a lot of innings and a lot of pitches for Washington this year. Harris now with a pitch to Luke Allen, and it's down low for a ball, 1-0. Mariners first-round draft pick Brandon Morrow has been battling tendonitis down in the Arizona Rookie League. 1-0 pitch is down low, 2-0 to Allen. And Morrow hasn't been able to get out of that Arizona Rookie League. The Mariners were hoping that by now he would also be in the California League, just like Lincecum. But his progress has been slowed a little bit. Not considered to be serious or anything, though. 2-0 pitch, over for a strike to Luke Allen, 2-1. Harris with a 2-1 pitch. And it's swung on and lined into right center field, and that's going to be a base hit. Racing into the alley to cut it off his pond, and he will hold Allen to a single. So Luke Allen with a single into right center, and there's the 9th hit for the Beavers today. Now Bobby Hill will be the batter. Hill, switch hitter, will bat left-handed. Hill has singled and walked and scored a run so far. Looks out towards Harris. Harris with the pitch, and it swung on and hit the deep right field. Way back this goes, Snelling at the track, but it is gone. 2-run homer for Bobby Hill, and the Beavers make it 11-7. Bobby Hill has batted 300 times this year, and that was just his 4th homer of the season, and there was no question about it. And the Beavers open up their largest lead of the night. It is 11-7. And now Manny Alexander will be the batter. Manny's 0 for 2, 2 walks, 2 runs. And the pitch from Harris is outside for a ball, 1-0. Now with the 1-0 on the way. And it's a swing and a miss, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. And Harris with his next offering inside. Well, those runs that scored on the homer, the first runs that Harris has allowed since coming off the disabled list. Now the 2-1 pitch. And this is way outside, ball 3. Balls, 1 strike. And here's a swing and a foul back. And the count goes full, 3-2. Finals coming in from the American League. Cleveland scored 3 in the 9th to beat Kansas City today, 4-3. Now Harris Harris with the next pitch. Swung on and hit back to the mound on one hop. Harris fields it and throws to first to get Alexander, and 2 men are out in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now Termel Sledge will be the hitter. Indians beat the Royals on a bases-loaded triple in the bottom of the 9th inning by Grady Sizemore. The Royals were ahead 3-1 at the time. Here's Sledge, who is 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. Boston defeated Baltimore 9-2. David Wells picked up his first win of the season. He's been plagued with injuries this year. And the pitch to Sledge is in for a strike. Wells went 7 innings and allowed 1 run today. Angels beat the Yankees 7-4. Now Harris's next pitch in for a strike. Joe Saunders getting the win for the Angels today. He has won 4 straight starts. No balls, 2 strikes to Sledge. And the pitch from Harris, swing and a miss, strike 3. Down he goes, and the inning is over. But the damage is done. 2-run score for Portland in the bottom of the 7th inning on 2 hits. No errors, no one left, and we go to the 8th inning. It's Portland 11, Tacoma 7.
What are you?
We go to the 8th inning, and the Beavers lead the Raiders by a score of 11-7. And a new pitcher into the ballgame for Portland, right-hander Mike Adams comes in from the bullpen. We saw him earlier this year when he was pitching with Nashville, one of the many teams that he has pitched for this season. He has been much traveled this season. Brian LaHare to lead things off. What a game he is having. LaHare is 3 for 3. He has homered twice, and he has driven in 6 runs. LaHare bats here leading off the inning, so nobody on base to drive in. LaHare faces the right-hander Adams. LaHare left-handed batter. Adams with his pitch, and it is outside for a ball, 1-0. Adams is appearing in his 9th game for Portland. Is a hard-throwing right-hander who has been passed around on the waiver wire this year. The 1-0 pitch on the way to LaHare, and it's high and outside, 2-0. In his 8 previous games with Portland, he has no record and a 2.38 ERA. 2-0 the count to LaHare, and Adams' pitch is in for a strike, 2-1. Adams throws pretty hard, and he has sink to his pitches as well. He'll bring it in the low 90s, but the pitch is not coming straight. 2-1 delivery from Adams is swung on and grounded foul on the first base side, 2-2. So an even count to Brian LaHare. LaHare steps out of the batter's box for a moment. LaHare with a hit in 7 straight plate appearances. And the pitch from Adams. Curveball got him. Looking. Called strike 3. And that ends LaHare's string of hits. He actually makes an out. Unheard of. Wow. No one ever bats 1,000 in this team. No one ever even bats 500. Here's Mike Morse. He's 1 for 3 with an infield hit, and he takes the first pitch down low for a ball. Reached on an infield hit. The throw from the third baseman to the first baseman was into the runner Morse, and Morse made hard contact with first baseman John Knott, and Knott left the game with an injured left arm. Here's a swing and a grounder to third. The throw from Matranga to McAnulty at first is in time for the out, and 2 men are gone. So Adams gets Morse on the bouncer to third. 2 away. Jeff Clement now the hitter. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Pitch on the way from Adams. Swung on it, grounded, foul. Sharply hit, but foul down the first baseline, and there's strike one. For AL Finals, Toronto beat Minnesota 7-1. A.J. Burnett struck out 10. Twins called up their latest hot rookie pitcher, a guy named Matt Garza, who was dominating in the minor leagues this year. He didn't dominate in his major league debut, though. Here's a swing and a slow roller to third. Matranga picks it up, throws to first in time for the out, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 8th inning. The Raiders go in order for the first time all night. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the score: Portland 11, Tacoma 7. Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Raiders trailing the Portland Beavers by a score of 11-7. New pitcher for the Raiders. It is Aaron Looper. And Looper will face Paul McAnulty, Dave Matranga, and Jack Cust this inning. Jeff Harris went 1 2/3, allowed 4 hits and 2 runs, both earned, did not walk a batter, and struck out 2. Here's Looper, the 4th Raiders pitcher to be used today. And Looper's pitch is taken outside for a ball. 1-0 to McAnulty. Looper now with his next offering, and this is swung on and hit a mile high to shallow right. Snelling sees it. He comes in on the ball, and he's waiting, and he'll make the catch, and 1 man is out in the bottom of the 8th. So McAnulty flies out to right, 1 away, and here's Matranga. Looper is in his 33rd game. He's 0-2 with a 6.71 ERA and 51 innings of work. There's David Matranga. Matranga, right-hand hitter. And he takes the strike. Matranga's 1 for 1. He singled in his first at-bat. That was in the 6th inning. Entered the game when John Knott left with an injury. Next pitch, swing and a miss. So Looper out ahead. 11-7 is our score. Looper's next pitch outside for a ball. 1-2. It was 5-5 after 3 innings, and in the 4th, the drop fly ball with 2 outs allowed 3 runs to score, and Portland took the lead for good at that point. Now the 1-2 is a called strike 3, and Matranga thought it was high and outside, but he has struck out, and 2 men are gone. So Looper gets the K. And now Jack Cust will be the hitter. The Raiders narrowed the gap to 8-7 in the 5th inning. But they have not scored since that inning. The Portland bullpen has pitched 3 scoreless. And meanwhile, the Beavers have added to their lead. They got 1 in the 6th. And then the 2-run homer by Bobby Hill really opened it up last inning. First game of this 4-game series between the Raiders and the Portland Beavers. And now Looper's pitch is inside for a ball to Cust. Cust is 2 for 3 with a homer. He hit the fly ball with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the 4th inning that T.J. Bond dropped in center field for his first error of the season. Here's a pitch over for a strike to Cust. It's been a strange game tonight. All kinds of weird plays, unexpected events. A few great performances mixed in, too, like Brian Lahair tonight. 1-1 pitch is low for a ball, 2-1. One pitch on the way. Low, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. So Looper with a 3-1 pitch on the way, and it is inside and low, ball 4, and there's Cust's second walk of the game. And his professional baseball leading 118th walk of the year. Leone, now the hitter. 1 for 2 with a homer and 2 walks. And Looper with a pitch, and it's a breaking ball low. 1-0. Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Lupert is trying to close out the bottom of the 8th inning here. The 1-1 pitch to his former teammate is a strike on the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. Looking ahead to the 9th, the right ears have Nelson, Johnson, and Navarro due up. One ball, 2 strikes to Justin Leone. Now time called for a moment. Leone back in there. And the pitch outside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Looper's pitch is outside, ball 3. Leone not chasing that slider away. So the count goes full, 3-2. The runner cussed at first base will be off with a pitch. On deck batter is George Kataris. And now time called, and did they just call a balk? No, they didn't. First base umpire was pointing at something, but no balk. We're ready for play to resume. 3-2. Looper's ready. And his full count pitch is on the way with the runner going, and it's swung on and grounded to third base. Morse fields it, and he throws to first for the out, and the inning is over. So Looper works a scoreless bottom of the 8th inning. No runs, hits, or errors. 1 man left. We go to the 9th inning with the score: Portland 11, Tacoma 7. We go to the 9th inning, and the right ears are down by 4. They trail at 11-7, but it's been a strange night at the ballpark. One of those nights where you really feel like anything could happen in the most unusual of situations. So we'll see what happens here in the 9th. John Nelson, Rob Johnson, and Oswaldo Navarro are the batters due up this inning for the right ears. Mike Adams pitched a 1-2-3-8th inning, the only time the right ears have gone down in order without getting a base runner today. Adams beginning his 2nd inning of work. Well, Nelson heads up to the plate, and he has gone hitless in this game. He's been hitless in only 2 of his last 17 games, yet this has been a very strange night tonight, and he's hitless. Nelson stands in. He's grounded out twice and flat out once, and he takes a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. Ryan LaHare has driven in 6 of the right ears, 7 runs today. He's due up 6th, now 7th in the inning. That's about the right time when you're down by 4, wouldn't you say? There's a pitch outside to Nelson, 1-1. Right ears need to work on getting base runners and see what they can do from there. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way to Nelson is a breaking ball down low, 2-1. Nelson trying to do his best Ricky Henderson here and just trying to get on any way he can. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, bounced up the middle, fielded by the pitcher Adams, and he's going to toss it to first, and 1 man's gone to the 9th. Time for our Cabot Woodstein legendary performance. This date in baseball history, 1929 at League Park in Cleveland. Babe Ruth became the first ever member of the 500 home run club on this date, August 11th, 1929. Second on the all-time list, the Phillies' Cy Williams with less than half as many home runs as Babe Ruth at the time. He had 237. The game has changed. Rob Johnson, the batter. He is 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. And the pitch from Adams is taken at the knees for a strike. 1 out of the 9th. Beavers lead the Right Ears 11-7. Next pitch. Low for a ball. 1-1. Next delivery. Outside in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2-1 the count to Johnson. Next pitch. Swung on, grounded foul. 2-2. Tomorrow night's game is at 7:05 p.m. And the Rainiers are scheduled tomorrow to start Clint Najat against Jarrett Wells. Two pitch on the way. Swung on and lined to the right side and caught at first base by the first baseman, McAnulty. Johnson nearly snuck that one in between first and second, but the first baseman, McAnulty, ranging to his right, able to reel it in. And the Rainiers are down to their last out. Oswaldo Navarro will be the hitter. Navarro is 0 for 3. Adams into the windup, and his pitch is poured in there for a strike. Now the 0-1 on the way. And it swung out and hit sharply and backhanded it short by Alexander. Long throw to first, not in time. Navarro legs it out, and the Rainiers have a base runner. A 2-out single for Navarro, and the Rainiers have their 10th hit of the game. And here comes Hunter Brown. Brown is 1 for 3, but he's been on base 3 times. He has a single. He has drawn a walk. He has reached on an error, although he was subsequently put out when he got caught in a rundown between first and second. Brown has scored 2 runs tonight. Well, if he gets on and then Snelling on deck gets on, the Rainiers would have the tying run come to the plate. You never know. Adams' pitch is a strike, 0-1. 0-1 the count. There goes the runner to second. Pitch is down low and no throw. Navarro just takes second base. Indifference. 1-1 the count to Brown. Brown steps down for a moment. Now he's back in the batter's box once again. And the pitch inside and low. 2 balls, 1 strike. So 2-1 the count. The pitch outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Fastball there from Adam. And now Brown well out ahead in the count. He would love a walk here. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. And the count goes full, 3-2. So a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff. Swung on and popped up to shallow right. Long run in for Luke Allen. He's going to get there, and he'll make the catch, and that's the ball game. Hunter Brown flies to right, and the Red Ears fall tonight to Portland by a final score of 11-7. Well, the Red Ears had a huge game for Brian LaHare, but the Beavers score 11 runs against the Red Ears bullpen when the Red Ears starting pitcher was scratched before the game began. Portland wins it 11-7. The Red Ears do not lose any ground in the standings, still 3.5 games behind Salt Lake. Stick around for the Red Ears postgame show. We'll recap the scoring. We'll have a look at the Major League Baseball scoreboard, too. All that and more in the Red Ears postgame show right after this.
This has been an exclusive broadcast of Tacoma Rangers baseball.
Now stay tuned for the postgame show.
Right here on Fox Sports Radio,
850 AM.
Tom was a groomsman.